Warm welcome to the AIB Teaching and Education Shared Interest Group video capsule series. Today, we discuss blockchain and the future of international business. And we are honored to have Vytautas Karalevičius, the co-founder of two globally successful blockchain-based companies. Vytautas is heading SpectroCoin, which is cryptocurrency exchange platform, and Bankera, a blockchain-based virtual bank. Both companies originate from Lithuania, a country which is the European Union's fastest growing fintech hub. Vytautai, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me here today. It's a pleasure.
Fantastic. So without further ado, let's get into the questions that we have for you. So Vytautai, could you explain what is cryptocurrency and how does it affect international markets?
So from my point of view, cryptocurrency is a payment protocol. So like we have an email as a protocol to send the messages and information. The cryptocurrencies and initially the Bitcoin is actually a protocol to send value over internet, because it was impossible to send, let's say, to attach $1 to an email and send it just like easily as an email. Therefore, like the cryptocurrency and initially Bitcoin was invented by Satoshi Nakamoto to make it like a trustless ledger system where one person can send the value, the money to another one over internet without needing to trust any third party, neither each other. So, and I think like it actually affects the international markets because it allows much more payment channels. For example, before cryptocurrency, in previous days and even now, you have to have like a chain of intermediaries for any international payment, because you cannot, it's either like the option, either you just give it a cash or just send a cash by the post, or you actually have to use like at least one payment system like PayPal or Skrill, etc. Or you have to use like a number of correspondent banks to make a transfer from one person to another. And actually it made like additional cost, additional risk of the third party getting out of the business. And like cryptocurrencies actually are solving this. And I think it's going to affect the international markets as we see now, because we have much more, like we have a number of cryptocurrency wallets where different people can send the money to each other without needing the other party to use the same service as we do, nor they require their company, their payment provider to use intermediary between like the receivers, financial provider, financial company. What is even better, if somebody is very tech savvy, they actually can use the cryptocurrency on their own. We even don't need like even to use a wallet provider or third party provider to manage their cryptocurrency payments. So I think it's going to have to affect the international markets in that way, but we're going to see much more payment channels, not only for the retail clients, but also for financial institutions.
Exciting. This is very interesting. So SpectroCoin is a cryptocurrency exchange platform. How does it function? Who would you use it and why?
So we created the SpectroCoin to actually with an idea to support a spectrum of different payment options to buy and sell cryptocurrencies, initially Bitcoin, as well as to support different spectrum of cryptocurrencies. So mainly we are actually focused on people who are using cryptocurrency for the payments. So it's either the people who just want to buy cryptocurrency to send us over somewhere, or we have received payment in cryptocurrency and we want to cash out in euros or have a fiat currency. Or it's also made for the e-commerce shops, which wants to accept cryptocurrency as a payment option, but we don't want to take a risk of cryptocurrency exchange. So we can just settle the transaction in fiat. As well, we provide the trading platform for people who are actually more interested in the trading of cryptocurrency for a speculative manner, where we actually can like participate in the order book. We can take the trades from the order book and more or less use it as a speculative option, as a trading option, not focused on the payments. While I and the company personally believe that the cryptocurrencies are meant for payments, and we try to focus all our key functionality on the payment side of cryptocurrency, not the speculative one.
So huge changes in international payments and finances. So if we elaborate on that more, how blockchain technology is changing international payments, and especially if we discuss, for example, functioning of Bankera?
I think we are having like two ways how blockchain is changing the way of payment on global scale. One way is actually is indirect, because it's actually challenging the existing legacy systems, which has to be more efficient, more quicker, more cheap compared to what used to be like 10 or 20 years ago. And I think it's not like that the blockchain technology is used itself, but actually especially the government managed payment systems, clearing systems, they saw a potential competition from the private sector, which is even like distributed and decentralized like cryptocurrencies, which would actually take a significant part of the payments itself. Therefore, I think it was not the main reason why the cross-border payments, especially in Europe, have increased to make it instant and so on. But I think it was one of the reasons, one of the threats, which there might be a competition for the government-managed payment system clearing systems. Therefore, there was an impact on that. On the other side, we actually see like the applications of cryptocurrency for settlements. They even like the players such as Visa are experimenting on using cryptocurrency for settlements between their clients, their counterparties. So I think blockchain technology is opening new doors and new payment channels for the payments between the companies. On the other side, like from Bankera perspective, it actually creates a niche for the traditional financial service providers who are more friendly for the crypto and blockchain businesses. And these companies, we also need like traditional financial services. Therefore, it opens the niche for companies like Bankera, and it creates like a new group of payment companies focused on upcoming new market players.
Very valuable insights indeed. So in your opinion, how blockchain technology will change the landscape of international business in the near future?
So I think like number one, actually, it's going to be much easier to start international business over long term because you will not have to rely on the traditional financial system. So it will not be a must to have a bank account or to have access to the main payment methods, because you will be able to accept or make payments in cryptocurrency. So it makes more freedom for people based in like different and underbanked regions and locations. On the other side, it's going to make going to reduce the risk of the payments and the time of the payment settlement, because you don't have to trust and rely on the third parties, on the correspondent banks. On the other side, the international businesses will actually have to take into consideration the risk of the cryptocurrency exchange risk. They're probably going to have to rethink the accounting for the inventory if they keep it in the cryptocurrency which is needed for payments. We also have to think about how we're going to make the payments in cryptocurrency, which fluctuates significantly over short term when we have to pay their suppliers and buyers. But I think it's gonna be open more doors and going to provide additional payment channels for international businesses, which could make the globalization even easier, because businesses won't have to rely on the banking service providers, and there's not going to be like advantage of having a bank account, let's say in US or in Europe, next to your suppliers or your clients, because you will be able to do it globally.
Fantastic. Thank you for a wonderful discussion today.
Thanks for your questions. It was a pleasure.